That leg up on my shoulder. He's fighting and I'm not able to get there. So I'm gonna whip him back the other way. As I whip, I'm gonna raise this arm and I'm gonna reach under and I'm gonna grab his pinky toe. All right, I'm gonna pull that through, sit him to his hip, hit the old school sweep and right back to the top. We can go right back into our electric cradle if we want, or something that's fun to do here is what's called a dog bar. So I have this lockdown. I'm just gonna take this foot that's on top of his leg, under his leg, and I'm gonna slide down to his heel and I drop my hips to his knee. Now I just lift up with my feet and drop my hips right on top of his knee for the knee bar.
Do it slow so you don't blow out your partner's knee.
Yeah, it comes on quick. There's zero effort for the person on top because it's all gravity. So, all right. So again, we're here. I get my mini stomp, extend him, try to get my overhook. I'm getting denied. Come under, I try to whip, it's not there. Flip through, shoot through, and I like to shoot my arm as deep as I can get it and then pull through this way to catch his toe. If I try to pull his ankle, don't let me pull your leg through. Like, it's hard to get through there. But if I grab his toe, don't let me do it.
Good way to pop a knee.
All right, and then we can come to the top. All right. All right, now I can slide down and I can hit that dog bar. All right, cool. Let's try it. 3, 2, 1. I look for my overhook. It's not there, so I go underhook. Walk this up. I try to go. Can't get the leg up. Come through. This time I look for that, and I can't get that old school sweep for whatever reason. If that's not there, I'm going to turn this hand over to make him lean forward. Now I can come up to dogfight. As I go, I'm just going to unlock this. I'm going to turn my hips down to clear my leg, and I come up to my knees, and we're here. He's almost always going to grab that whizzer. I like to grab this far shoulder. The reason being, if I'm down here, he can heavy whizzer me and drop my head back to the mat. If I'm up here, he can't heavy whizzer me anymore. All right, so I reach up and I grab the shoulder. Now we're here. From here, we're gonna hit the powder keg. So I'm gonna hop up, throw my leg up on his back. I'm gonna put my weight in it so I can clear my other leg. And then we fly all the way through and hit our triangle.
Can I do that?
Absolutely. All right, so we're playing. We come in, mini stomps. I stuff the overhook, so he shoots his underhook. Hands up, yep. To the powder keg. Does that make sense? Right? So as soon as I can't grab that foot for that, for that old school sweep, I just turn that hand over even more. And I go belly down and come up. Right? Grab that far shoulder. Make sure that leg, when you throw it up, all your weight's on them. Hang your weight on them so they have to keep their arm posted. If they can't move their hand because they'll face plant, then you have the space to bring your leg through for the triangle. If you don't have any weight in them, they just catch you and pass. Right? So hang all your weight on them as you hit that powder keg. Make sense? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Lock down up to dogfight. Right? So like if Nell's coming up to dogfight on me, like I immediately start heavy whizzering so he can't get to that spot.
Which is what I want.
Right.
I can't reach it. Okay.
Right. And now my leg's in the middle, so I can't powder keg him, right?
Especially for staple.
Yeah, so, but his leg's in the middle.
Dude! Oh god! The wizardry. This is black magic, dude.
Anytime the leg's in the middle, when they're behind you, you can roll through, right? So it just becomes one of those things. But that's the thing is like, is it their underhook or is it your overhook? And like, who's got the dominance in the position, right? Because either person can have that dominance, and that's why, like for me, as they're coming up, it's like I connect my forearm to my hip and I whizzer, so that they can't get that strong underhook. So because if I let them get to that strong underhook, now all the bad things happen. right? Because I could come up Dogfight with that underhook, and if I get here, instead of powder kegging, like I could come around and hit that twist back.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Right, I'm into that stuff, and the kamikazes and all of this. Right? So it's one of those things where it's, it depends on who dominates the grip, right? So for me, if I'm going overhook, I connect it to my hip and I drop my shoulder. If I'm getting that underhook, I'm looking for that far shoulder to connect to that. Because if I'm around his waist, he can heavy whizzer me. And for me, if I'm coming up and I feel that heavy whizzer coming, I'm immediately rolling back through.
If
Right.
he has the shoulder clamped, can you still heavy whizzer it off, or is that like once he has
No, right? Right, if I have that, like a heavy whizzer.
So if you have the underhook, reach for the shoulder. Basically.
Right? So once I clamp it up there, like he can get me a little bit, but he doesn't have enough to like drop me down, right? Because like I'm around your waist, right? Right? Like that sucks. Now I gotta step up.
step up there, clamped in the shoulder?
No. Not for, once I get here, it's not bad, right? But now you can keep creating the angle. So now, if that's the case, then I go under. Right? So just playing that game. So it's understanding, like, do I have a good control? Are they, Jiu-Jitsu guys don't heavy whizzer.
Right, wrestlers.
Wrestlers heavy whizzer. Right? So most jiu-jitsu guys, when you come up to Dogfight, that arm's just wrapped around your arm. It's not doing anything. Right? So you can clamp and do whatever you want. If they're a wrestler, as you come up, they're going to heavy whizzer you. Try to bring you back down and come around for that front headlock. Look for that guillotine. Right? So it's like, as I come up, if I feel that, I'm just rolling under for that plan B and coming on top. Cool.
Speaking of front headlock, can we pivot to there? The front headlock. I just remember in the fight, I went to, maybe I didn't go fast enough, but I went to circle and he would just get his hips away, and I was working on keeping my arms pinched. What are some options there if you just can't
Can't circle to his back?
Yeah.
So that's all your arm and guillotine, anaconda, darce, all that stuff we work.
You didn't good at fighting my hands.
Yeah. So, and if he separates the hands, we go 100%. Right? And so off of this situation, like if Rajan's coming up from the lockdown, right? He gets that underhook, he's coming up the Dogfight, right? Like I heavy whizzer, come around the corner to my front headlock, right? Now I'm back in on that front headlock situation. So if he starts fighting my hands, then we go right to that 100%. Step around the corner, catch that arm, right? And I'll go crucifix, MMA.
Right. So before that, like when he separated my hands, he did a good job of driving into me and grabbing my leg. He just reached my leg, like for a single leg.
Okay. He was long enough he could grab you?
Yeah.
So you can use that. Like go down front of him. All right, if he grabs my leg, all right, and he's playing with that. Like I step up, and that work. Right into my back triangle.
Okay. So as you're falling back, what did you grab? Can I see that again?
Arm. So grab the leg again. All right, when he grabs the leg, right, he's got one arm in, one arm out.
Are you cross facing there?
So I'm just stepping up, right?
Under.
So I can come under.
Okay. I tried to cross face him, and that gave him the sweep.
What if his head's on the inside?
If his head's here,
Yeah.
so if his head's there, then I look to pry this out, I step over this. So we're trying going this way.
That's so cool.
So,
Interesting. I think his
right?
head
One
was-
arm in, one arm out, there's always a triangle, you just gotta find it.
Okay.
Right? So, yeah, so if his head's on the inside, I just open the elbow, step over the elbow, and slide through and take the triangle. If it's on the outside, I just step up and sit through and end up in that back triangle. Right?
Can I see that?
No.
No. Why not?
No, you gotta guess.
Right? So, his head's on the inside, right over here. Right? I'm peeling this elbow open, and I'm just stepping through. Right? So when I fall, it's like I have all this. Right? I can play.
Oh, it sucks.
Right?
In another way.
And then if his head's on the outside, right? I go here, I'll step over, run this through. On the back triangle.
Can we work on this?
No.
Why not? Not fair.
So, yeah, so if you want to go lockdown, come up to Dogfight, person with the overhook. So as he comes up and gets his underhook, all I'm doing is connecting my forearm to my hip.
And that stops me from grabbing.
Yes, right.
Okay.
That keeps it down here, right? And it's also not my arm that's heavy whizzering him, right? I connect here and I use my hips, right? And then I sit out and come across to my front headlock. You can grab the leg, right? We can step up, setting down, right into our back triangle. Or if his head's on the other side, we peel the elbow, step in, and then take the side triangle, right? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1.